This is okay. This is okay. I'm filming it. What do you guys think about the new unit?
As I said earlier, it takes my breath away, and it's going to be a tool that these nurses are going to use to save a lot of babies, and it's just a blessing for these young women to walk into this thing and see how spectacular it is. It's just astounding. But thank you so much, and we're going to save a lot of kids. That's for sure, brother. Any comments?
Well, when we offer a service like this, we want to do it first class. We want to do it the right way. We want good equipment. We want it clean. We want a great presentation. It's the first impression that the women have is when they first look at the van, and when they walk in. This is really a lot roomier, a real clean look. I like the appointments. Looks like it might even have more storage space.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's got to help us. I know we were totally crammed on the other one.
I love it.
This is a blessing to be able to carry more supplies, more brochures, to be able to care for and get the word out of what we're doing and saving the babies.
Absolutely.
Well, it's a difference between a Motel 6 and a Hilton.
Yeah.
So when they walk in here, they're walking into the Hilton.
Well, the way this kind of rocks is, I call it the Tilton Hilton.
That's awesome. Yeah. Can you, just for the video, just tell us your names and what you do with Horizon?
My name is Ron Anderson, and I'm one of the drivers for Horizon.
Awesome.
As am I, and we also interface with the men that come with the women that need the ultrasound, that are looking for the pregnancy test. So while the women are cloistered inside with the door shut, we have the captive audience of the men that bring the women here and be able to engage with them and how they're dealing with this whole crisis. So,
one of the first questions I'll usually ask them when we sit down outside is, are you nervous about this process? And then you try to feel out where they're at, and you try to develop a little bit of rapport with them so they'll open up, and you can maybe minister to them, have an opportunity to pray with them. I remember a couple of weeks ago, there was a young man with a gal, and I asked him, after talking with him for about an hour, I got pretty close, and I said, can you do me a favor tonight? I want you to put your hand on the mother's stomach, and I want you to pray for that baby.
Wow.
And then I want you to put your hand on her, and I want you to pray for her. And I kind of gave him some ideas of things to pray for. And then later, on the way home with the nurses, they told me that young man accepted the Lord inside the van.
Wow.
Is that so? We try. And one of the things I also do, I said, look, if you need anything, you call the office and say, look, I need to talk to that old guy that was at the van. If there's anything that we can do to help, encourage you, we tell them about the classes that we have on site, and we tell them their important role. And, we have opportunities where we can pray with them, and they're always very open to conversation, and we just try to develop a relationship with them on site.
That's so awesome.
Because later, when we follow up and maybe call them on the phone, they'll remember who we are.
Right.
But we want to let them know that we just don't, our theory is we don't just, hey, we're glad you're keeping the baby, have a good life. We want to come alongside them. We have the store here, we have the classes, we can mentor them. If they have a problem, the nurses will try to coordinate insurance needs for them. If they have a legal thing, they try to put them in the right position to talk to somebody. It's a full thing. I remember one of the things that moved me the most when I first started with this program, we had an opportunity to park out in front of the church on a Sunday morning, and we went down, and Deborah said, there's going to be a young lady there, they're going to let her speak for a few minutes, and you two will be manning a table, set everything up. And as we get there, the people we're set up, people are starting to come, and I hear the young girl, she's got a little 4-year-old boy running around, and her husband's there, and I kind of hear that she's affiliated with the thing, but I don't remember her. So when everybody went in, I said, I know you look familiar, but tell me your story. She said, well, I was a client.
Wow.
I was going to abort that little boy. And I was a client. And so she was sharing with that. I said, so what is your take on this organization? I'm new. And you obviously have been affiliated. So, well, I sing at the annual banquet. I said, that's where you look familiar. She said, but you know what? When I decided to keep this baby, these women came alongside of me. The director is like the aunt I have never had.
Wow.
And she has helped me for the last 4.5 years through this whole process. I can call her anytime, anything I need, she'll help me out with. And now she was pregnant with a 7-month-old baby.
Wow.
And now she has a husband, and I've run into them several times since then. But that blew me away when she said, these women come alongside of you forever. They don't just, hey, we're glad you're keeping the baby, have a good life. They're in your life as much as you want them to be in their life.
I love it.
You know, between Ron and I, we probably have 80 years of parenting and grandparent experience.
That's dog years.
But who's counting?
Yeah.
But to lend a perspective of a father and now as a grandfather, we can encourage them from our experiences. And in a time when they're really frightened and freaked out, very scared.
Yeah.
They have a lot of questions, and we're here to answer them, to encourage them, to give them a vision, perspective, get them to anticipate with excitement what's coming down the road. So we hope we can be every bit of an encouragement to these guys.
And then one of the things I always tell the fellas, you know, about a half hour in, is when you see this baby, you're not going to believe how deeply you instantly fall in with this baby, in love with this child. And literally, if somebody walked into the hospital room and said, one of you get to live, 30 seconds after that baby's born and you see him or her, you'll say the baby lives. And then the other thing is, you will finally understand how much your mother and father love you. Because I know you know your mom and dad love you, but when you see that baby, the depth of that love and the strength of that love is a God-given gift. That you just can't put into words until you actually, and I know you guys probably, if you have children, have experienced it. It's God puts it in our hearts, wouldn't you say?
Totally.
And your organization has been a blessing with our first van and now with this van. And it's just awesome. It is just, and I found out about this organization through a friend of ours who years and years and years ago had had an abortion. And my wife and her best friend found out about this at some point, and eventually in several women's retreats and women's conferences, they finally got her where she was comfortable enough to get up and talk to these young women. And they invited us to the annual banquet. So we had been supporting them for the last 10 years financially. And when I retired, I decided I'm going to volunteer for this assisting this organization, and that's how we got involved. And I'll tell you the truth, the first day and I don't know what Jim's experience was, but they put you through a 2-day seminar, the ladies initially. And after the first day, I literally walked away drained emotionally and depressed, and I'm thinking, wow, I just thought I was driving a van. I didn't sign up for this. And I talked to Deborah. She said, well, we just wanted you to experience the first day. You don't have to come to the next
on board
day. But we wanted you to know what the ladies have to deal with emotionally every day that they're meeting with clients. So that was another little side note. So I stuck in there.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for all you do.
This is Carrie.
Carrie, come on board.
Hi.
Hey, what do you think?
It's beautiful. Wow. It's really gorgeous. I'm very excited.
Oh, man, we are too.
It's going to be great. We have a lot of ladies out there that deserve this fantastic beast.
That's awesome. Cool.
Cool.
We'll do some training.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is Joseph.